Shalom Yashrala. Shalom Yashrala. This your brother Dawud from GMS Tampa Bay '07, coming at you with this here truth again. First and foremost, I want to give all praises unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah, Quadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that gave me this truth and that taught me this truth and that ruled well. And salutation and much love for you. I can push this truth and sincerity on the four corners of the earth. All right, I want to jump into this here lesson. As you all know, we have this Salakia. We have this here holiday that everybody's celebrating right now called Memorial Day, which, just like the word goes into, it's something to bring back memory of something, goes into the memorial of it, Salakia. But nevertheless, I wanted to get into this here lesson, because you have a lot of a lot of Israelites here in America, also known as Babylon the Great, that follow out there and that, takes on these customs here in America, follow after all these holidays and the things that they have going on over here, And really for Jake, none of these holidays are set up for you, all right? Prime example, Thanksgiving, Thanksgiving is in memorial of basically slaughtering the so-called Native American Indians, and, the Northern Kingdom. So, it doesn't make any sense for the Northern Kingdom to celebrate that holiday. None of the Israelites, but, moreover, the Northern Kingdom, and same with Independence Day. Okay, Independence Day here in America for you so-called Negroes, that's not your holiday, and history shows you that. You have when is that? July 4th, 1776 is when I believe when they celebrated Independence Day for the first time, and I believe that the so-called slaves, the slaves was so-called freed. And I believe it was like 1855. Okay. So, you have a time frame in between here from 1776 to I believe 1855 where, there's a discrepancy, 1776, they were saying that all men was created equal, free with all these unalienable rights that God gave them, And he said all men was created equal and all free and everything like that. But at the same time, these same people who were celebrating that, believing in all of that, they all owned slaves. They all looked at you as less than that. So how can that be your holiday for you to celebrate when your ass wasn't free when they enacted the first 4th of July? Same with all these other little holidays here. Our people get caught up in all these things, a lot of them really, especially nowadays, a lot of Jake is just looking at that as a damn day off, a time for a little bit of rest because, they fucking overwork us to the death here. But nevertheless, we're going to get into the scriptures about, the Israelites' Memorial Days. All right. So this is Exodus chapter 12, and I'm going to start at verse 12. This is speaking about the Passover. All right. This is Exodus 12 and 12. For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn of the land of Egypt, both man and beast, and against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am Yahweh. Okay. So this is when, the Most High was enacting the Passover, all right, for the first time. Verse 13. And the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where ye are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you when I smite the land of Egypt. Okay. So again, this is talking about, the first Passover and how we were supposed to keep keep the Passover. All right. Verse 14. And this day shall be unto you for a memorial. Okay. So this is, the Israelites' first Memorial Day, all right? This is why we still keep the Passover until this day. And you shall keep it a feast to Yahweh throughout your generations. You shall keep it for a feast by an ordinance forever. Okay, so the Most High ordained this. He put this in this is part of the order, He said, look, first of all, I'm going to do this here miracle for you, but you got to follow after my directions. So, he told us the proper way to prepare for the Passover, and you can read this, just go further on up in Exodus 12 and, it'll show you how to, go into the Passover. But nevertheless, that was when he was about to bring us up out of Egypt. All right. And he wanted us to remember those things to happen, And so, like he said, here is going to be a memorial unto you, and you should keep it a feast unto Yahweh throughout your generations. So this is something you're supposed to tell your kids and their kids and so on and so forth. All right. So, just like the 4th of July, that was for these Edomites, but we'll say the so-called Americans, because you Negroes wasn't considered Americans at that point in time. You weren't even considered a human being. All right. So when they wrote that in 1776, it didn't apply to you. All right. So, they didn't have a problem with it at that point in time. I don't understand why there's a problem where this Bible has to be written for everybody when it was only written for the Israelites. All right. This Memorial Day, the Passover Day, was only for the Israelites to remember. All right. This was the day that, basically they was being saved and delivered up out of Egypt, from the plagues and stuff, But you wouldn't ask the Egyptians to celebrate that day because that was a day of lamentations, mourning, and a woe for their ass, So that's not a good sign for their ass. They wasn't the ones getting passed over. They was the ones getting touched, Them death angels came out and they was touching their firstborns, all right? So they wouldn't celebrate that as a holiday. Same with us, This is our actual holiday right here, the Passover, all right? And most jakes don't even want to look into the scriptures and look at what our high holy days are. They just want to follow after Esau's and his bullshit, But nevertheless, it's like it. Nevertheless, the Most High said here is going to be our memorial. All right. I'm going to jump to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 23, and verse 7. It says, "Therefore, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that they shall no more say, Yahweh liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt." All right. And so that's what we was just reading about, well, this is going to get into that. But, even unto this day, they still make movies and tell you stories about the great Exodus and walking through the Red Sea. Again, that was supposed to be a memorial unto us. This is why we still remember that. We still bring, just like 9/11, they say, remember 9/11, we'll never forget. That's a memorial unto these so-called Americans, Really to these damn high-level goddamn Edomites and witches and witchcraft, wizards and shit like that. That was a great sacrifice that they did that day, But nevertheless, they make you, they memorialize that and make you remember that. And they constantly drill that into your head, so you don't ever forget it. Same with the Exodus when we left Egypt, and the Passover that we keep, all right? And we still talk about that unto this day. That's why we still rehearse the Passover till this day, all right? It says, verse 7, Jeremiah 23:7, "Therefore, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that they shall no more say, Yahweh liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt." Okay. But Yahweh liveth, speaking about, the old Passover, that memorial that we had going on. All right. It says, but Yahweh liveth, which brought up and which led out the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country and from all the countries whither I had driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land. All right. So, basically this is going to be our new holiday. All right. This is going to be our new Memorial Day. All right. We're going to not be talking about, when the Exodus out of Egypt, in like Moses' time and things like that. But we're going to be talking about the new Exodus out of the spiritual Egypt and Sodom, this new bondage. Okay. Babylon the Great. And here it says says verse 8, "But Yahweh liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country." All right. That's talking about here in North America. All right. And this place here is going to be basically when it get turned to the lake of fire, it's not going to be inhabitable over here. It's only going to be desert creatures. But this place is going to stand for memorial of the things that, basically of us going off and all that extra shit and all the wickedness that, all that shit is going to be a memorial. We're going to look over in these things. Just like how you look at Sodom and Gomorrah. That's an example for those who want to live ungodly afterwards, and basically what their punishment is going to be, So, we have a new Memorial Day coming up. For one, we still have our own Memorial Day that we celebrate, all right? Talk about the Passover and all those things, all right? But the Most High said, look, he's going to perform an even greater work in due time. And we hadn't quite gotten to that time yet. Well, obviously we hadn't gotten to that time yet. We're still in captivity. But once we get delivered out of this here captivity, that's going to be memorialized. That's what we're going to be talking about from then on, all right? So all you goddamn jakes want to be celebrating these holidays, Memorial Day and shit like that, partaking in this Edomite kingdom, that ain't for you, man. You got your own shit. Why don't you come back to that, Not saying that, if your job give you a day off, you wicked if you, rest on your damn day off. Nah, man. Hey, man, we overworked, So if that was, your case or whatever was going on, same with, maybe you might have your family at the household, and y'all might sit down and have a dinner together as a family, you know. And not saying that none of that shit is wicked, but at the same time, you know, going out to the Memorial Day weekend, this is that, celebrating all that extra shit. Nah, man, you partaking in these customs again. You going back into that Gentile state of mind. All right, you an Israelite. You have your own customs. You have your own law, statutes, and commandments for you to follow. Why don't you? You need to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments. Come back to the Most High. Come back to your heritage. All right, you're about to be given the kingdom and dominion overall. You know, let go of their shit so you can have your own shit. You know, like a parent would tell a kid, "Hey man, you got to move about the house before you can get your own house." You know. Let me grab one more precept and we'll close out after that. It says, this is Psalms 9 and 5. And this is still speaking about, you know, the things to come. All right. Because we know that Esau is going to be exterminated forever. All right. It says, Psalms 9 and 5. Thou hast rebuked the heathen. Thou hast destroyed the wicked. Okay. Destroyed the wicked and has put their name and put out their name forever and ever. Okay. And we know this is talking about these Edomites. All right. Because they're the only people that's going to be exterminated. You know, they're going to disappear like they own dung. They're going to wither away like a bad dream. All right. It says, Psalms 9 and 5. Thou hast rebuked the heathen. Thou hast destroyed the wicked. Thou hast put out their name forever and ever. O thou enemy, destructions are come to a perpetual end. Thou hast destroyed cities. Their memorial is perished with them. All right. So, you know, just like how Esau goes around and destroying like the Middle East and all that, you know, all their old heritage and all that extra stuff that they have to look upon for their history and all that stuff. Same's going to be when the Most High come and deliver us up out of here. All right. They're not going to have nothing here to look back on and say, oh, that was what we had going on and blah, 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 blah. Nah, man, this place is going to just be a straight ass desert, man. Just like you see Sodom and Gomorrah, right? You can go over to Sodom and Gomorrah and look at that right now. It's basically a big ass pile of ash, you know? But you can't go over there, you know, the inhabitants that was there, you know, you wouldn't have a person go back and be like, oh, this was my old house right here. And on this here swing, you know, I used to swing on this here swing and do this and that. And this was my old school and this was my old desk and all that. It ain't going to be no shit like that. It's just going to be that landmass over there. You know, that was Babylon the Great. But now it's just like how you see Sodom and Gomorrah now. It's just a big ass pile of ash. All right. So just like how Esau takes away, destroys all these other nations' memorials and all that stuff. When the Most High implements our new Memorial Day, all the Esau and his memories and all that extra shit is going to go away with it, man. So, you know, again, stop hanging on to Esau's shit so you can take a hold of what's being given unto you, all right? Lord willing, this here lesson was edifying. Until next time, I say, Call Halal Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that taught me this truth and that rule well. And salutation and much love for you. I can push this truth and sincerity on the four corners of the earth and enduring afflictions. Stay strong. Shalom.